Hi, thank you for joining us for the Dover Fueling Solutions Why is Loyalty Important? LinkedIn Live discussion with Sales Director Tatiana Wettbo and Product Manager Smits. How are you both?
Thank you, Kita. All is good.
Yeah, great. Let's get started.
Awesome. So, we all know it can be difficult for one fuel station to stand out from the next, with many im- implementing the same tactics to win and keep customers, which is why many are looking to differentiate themselves through loyalty programs. Throughout April, we conducted some research through LinkedIn polls to get feedback on loyalty at fuel stations. Looking at these results, it looks as though a large majority of our followers use a loyalty card program when refueling for food and drinks purchases, but only 45% of those who answered actually use a loyalty card. Tatiana and Guy, what do you make of that?
So I think if we think that 45% are using a loyalty card, I think it's already a good proportion of consumers that are using a loyalty card. So it's nearly a half. I think for the 55% which are not using loyalty card, so these consumers can be unaware of a loyalty program. They can be uninterested in a loyalty program, and they probably don't see a value in a loyalty program. So that's what I can take from this infographic.
Yeah, indeed. And it might even be that many of those customers have a loyalty card, but just don't use it because, as Tatiana says, they don't see the benefit of it. And therefore, I think it is really important that there's a very well balanced communication between the station or the brand and its customers. They should not spam customers with all loyalty information, but what to me it's very important that people are aware of all the benefits that they can get, so that's yeah they are driven to use that loyalty card when they're filling their car.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And I think maybe not everyone, is motivated, just get, rewards and points. And some people are just interested, in speed and convenience, and, they have their own habits. So there are different consumers, and how you target those consumers, it's very important through communication, as Guy said.
Yeah, and indeed also in offering um, yeah, promotions campaigns to customers. I think it's also very important that companies are realistic because yeah, if you give a loyalty card to a customer, promising him a lot of expensive gifts that he can obtain, but if he then realizes that he has to fill his car 10 years to get that one benefit, yeah, then very quickly he will hook off of that loyalty program and not being interested anymore. So everything has to be realistic, and there should be um, yeah an horizon of getting really a benefit when using that loyalty card on site.
Yeah, thank you for that insight. Um, Out of 99 followers who did vote, 83 said they use loyalty cards for savings and rewards. Do you think that alone would encourage long term customer loyalty? And if so, why?
Well, if you look at feeling of value and personalized experience, of course, those are important in a loyalty program. But after all, we're still human. So I think that as long as people don't get any something material in return of being loyal for a site, that it won't be very effective. So I completely understand that people use this for direct discounts or saving points that get them can uh, yeah get them a kind of benefit afterwards.
Yeah, I agree also with Guy. So by the end of the day, so fuel is kind of low emotion product, yeah. But most of the people still look at the price competitiveness, and of course with loyalty they expect to get a better price and rewards back. And I think that's probably the biggest driver. The price still is the biggest driving along the location of a station.
Mhm. It does seem that 54% of followers who answered our polls are not loyal to a service station or a brand. Why do you think that is? I know you kind of touched on, the price is still important, but do you think is there a particular reason why that may be?
I think loyalty as a standalone, I think it's not a real differentiator, because we see that probably most fuel retailers today offer some kind of loyalty programs. I think what's go beyond that, it's a combination of a good loyalty program with price competitiveness, with good location, clean station, friendly staff which is working in location, and of course the offering of extra services and products is becoming very important, and convenience for the customers, and that could be a combination of all that factors. I think it will drive repetitive behavior, and would drive your consumer to return to your location.
Yeah, and as you said already at the start, since prices are quite high at the moment, fuel prices, yeah, if customers compare the price difference for selecting a station, and they compare that with a potential benefit that they would miss because of not uh, being able to use their loyalty card in a certain station, yeah, I think that at this time they will more quickly go for that lower fuel price.
Yes, of course. And Tatiana, is a loyalty program on its own enough to differentiate a service station?
Um, as I said, and probably I will repeat myself a bit. So today, most of fuel retailers are offering, loyalty programs. In order to have the effect of loyalty program, it has to be quite effective. It has to the consumer has to perceive that the loyalty program gives them benefits, rewards, but also in combination, if is this service station convenient, can I do my payments fast, is this station offering multiple payment options, is this service station offering good food, and so on. So it's a combination of different factors that today differentiate a fuel retailer, not only the loyalty program by itself.
That makes sense. And Guy, how important is obtaining and understanding customer data for service station success?
I think that's absolutely key. So data is what turns a loyalty program from a nice to have into a real business driver. So you need to know who your customers are, what they are spending, what they're interested in. And without that information, it's just guessing. If you set up new campaigns, you want to know whether that's effective, yes or no. And that's only possible if you get all the data from the stations and from your customers. So if you want to build a good relationship with your customers, then that's only possible if you know your customers and have that data centrally, which drives your different programs.
Yes. I feel like we already kind of touched on differentiating loyalty within service stations. Although I do have one more question for both of you. How can retailers differentiate their service station with loyalty, and especially with products from Dover Fueling Solutions? Tatiana, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, so I think at Dover Fueling Solutions, we are offering like the technical base on the product where our fuel retailers can differentiate. So if we think about our Prisma connects today all the devices and equipment outside. Prisma is working as a POS in the shop. We provide, our payments which are connected to OASA payment platform, which of course facilitates payments of 250 different loyalty cards. So we really provide, the necessary technical base to our customers to evolve and tailor their loyalty programs, tailor their operations to actually achieve this differentiation.
And Guy?
Yes, as Tatiana says, we are well prepared for this because we have all the knowledge since we integrated the loyalty schemes of most of the major oil companies worldwide. So we have a lot of expertise, and we use that expertise to embed in our site system a generic loyalty solution in combination with our Oase loyalty platform that everyone could make use of. So if people want to launch a new loyalty scheme, they don't have to think about can our system handle this? What kind of project do we need to do with Dover Fueling Solutions just to make this possible in our station? So the whole functionality of offering loyalty schemes to customers is already part of the site system in a generic way. And just by creating a connection with the preferred loyalty host supplier from the company, it is very easy to launch new fuel loyalty programs, also for smaller networks of stations.
And I think that's really good to hear, especially when we look at these results. And as you guys discussed before, it's one thing to have a loyalty program in place, but if you're not really utilizing or kind of connecting into all these channels within your fuel station, people might not actually want to use it. So it's nice to hear that we do offer the solution that can help fuel retailers in the future. I don't have any more questions for you. I think it's been really insightful. Thank you both for joining, and we hope to speak to you soon.
Thank you, Peter. And we encourage our customers, fuel retailers, to reach out to us for if they have more questions or they need some details, answers on specific questions. And we are always there for our customers to help them to facilitate their business.
Of course. And for those listening, if you do have any questions for Tatiana and Guy, feel free to drop them in the comment section. We'll make sure to read those and get back to you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.